Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Yonhap News Agency, North Korean state media reported on Tuesday that leader Kim Jong-un has called for a rapid expansion of the country's nuclear arsenal with a goal of overtaking the world. The ruling Workers' Party of Korea held a 3-day plenary meeting of its Central Committee to review policies from the first half of the year. During the meeting, North Korea reaffirmed its commitment to boosting its nuclear force, describing it as the core of its military sovereignty and war deterrence. The state media highlighted that maintaining its status as a nuclear weapons state is the only way to navigate the unpredictable international political and military climate. Additionally, Pyongyang pledged to accelerate the construction of a 10,000-ton strategic guided missile cruiser and reiterated its hostile stance toward South Korea, sharply criticizing the defense alliance between Seoul and Washington. Jong-un was also elected as a Central Committee secretary during the meeting. According to a report by Lianhe Xiaobao, the United States and Iran have publicly clashed over whether Tehran agreed to allow international nuclear inspectors back into the country. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, the chief negotiator, and President Donald Trump both claimed that Iran had agreed to invite International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, inspectors to return as part of efforts to ensure long-term nuclear integrity. However, Iran's foreign ministry quickly refuted these claims, calling them false and inconsistent with facts. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghaei clarified that no new commitments regarding nuclear inspections were made during the Swiss talks. He emphasized that any future cooperation with UN inspectors would proceed only through existing procedures and must receive formal approval from Iran's parliament and the Supreme National Security Council. This sudden disagreement highlights the deep-seated challenges both nations face in implementing a recently signed memorandum of understanding aimed at halting hostilities and paving the way for a more comprehensive, long-term agreement. According to NBC News, Ukraine and Russia exchanged deadly strikes on Monday, resulting in casualties on both sides. In northeastern Ukraine, a Russian drone strike targeted a residential home in the city of Sumy, killing 3 members of the same family, including a 13-year-old boy, and wounding 2 others. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the strike, emphasizing that the target was an ordinary home. Meanwhile, a Ukrainian missile strike hit an industrial plant in Voronezh in southwestern Russia, killing 5 people and injuring dozens. Ukraine's military reported that the facility produced electronic components for Russian missile and air defense systems. The United Nations Human Rights Monitoring Mission in Ukraine recently noted a surge in civilian casualties, with May recording the highest monthly total in over 4 years as Russian forces struggle to gain battlefield momentum. Additionally, overnight aerial activity saw Ukraine's air defenses shooting down 79 out of 88 Russian drones. While Russia claimed to have intercepted over 300 Ukrainian drones, leading to temporary flight suspensions at Moscow airports and prompting heightened security measures in annexed Crimea. According to GG Press, the European Union and China are scheduled to hold ministerial-level trade talks in Brussels on June 29th. Maro Shevkovich, the European Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, will meet with Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao, as confirmed by an EU Commission spokesperson. While the precise agenda has not been disclosed, discussions are highly likely to focus on trade friction between the two sides. The EU has grown increasingly concerned over the massive influx of cheap Chinese products, driven by overcapacity and substantial government subsidies. During a summit held on June 18 and 19, EU leaders deliberated on how to counter China's export offensive. While they urged the Commission to strengthen defensive measures, they also emphasized the necessity of maintaining open dialogue with Beijing, reflecting the scale of the trade imbalance. The EU's trade deficit in goods with China reached approximately €360 billion in 2025. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.